Hi, I'm Kate from dailytarotgirl.com, and in this video we're going to do a really fun tarot exercise, and I'm going to show you what your least favorite tarot card says about you. So I want you to grab your tarot cards, and I want you to start by going through the deck and choosing a card that you don't like. It doesn't have to be your absolute least favorite card, but just a card that brings up kind of negative feelings whenever it comes up in a reading for you. Now, I got the idea for this video from a fellow YouTuber who posted a comment on one of my videos saying that she was in the process of journaling about a particular card that she didn't like, and she was writing down all the things she couldn't stand about this card, and this was a form of shadow work for her. And it got me thinking about all the tarot cards that I don't like, and there's a lot of them. So despite the fact that I love tarot and I love a lot of the tarot cards, there's also a lot of cards that I actually don't like, and I feel kind of disappointed or annoyed when they come up in a reading. One of those cards is Justice. So whenever Justice comes up in a reading for me, I I hate it when she comes up. I hate it when I see her in a reading. I feel disappointed. I feel annoyed. There's a lot of things I don't like about Justice. And Justice isn't even a negative card, but I just have a lot of negative connotations with this card. So right now, I want you to choose a card that you don't like. You can pause this video and I'll be waiting for you when you come back. And once you've chosen that card, I want you to look at it and I want you to think of what it is that you don't like about that card, and write it down on a piece of paper. So write down all the things that you don't like about that card. So for me, when I did this exercise, I said that Justice was very serious. She seems overly serious. She seems very mature and responsible and almost kind of cold and unfeeling. And there's just a real lack of mystery. She's very unmystical, and there's a lack of magic and playfulness with her that I don't like. So that's what I wrote down. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to get a highlighter like this, and you're going to highlight the keywords in what you just wrote. So it will look kind of like this. So I've written like a little blurb about what I don't like about Justice, and I've just highlighted some of the keywords that stand out to me. So the first keyword that stands out for me is serious. So you can choose your first keyword that you want to work with, and you're going to ask yourself, how are you like that? So for me, I would say, how am I, in what ways am I serious? And then I would think about, all the areas of my life, the various aspects that I am a serious person. And one thing that just pops into my head is that I always, when I'm grocery shopping, I always read the labels on things, and I always look at all the ingredients and consider that before buying it, which is kind of a serious thing to do when you're grocery shopping. Okay, so next you're going to look at your card again, and you're going to ask yourself, what feelings come up for you when you look at this card? So, for example, when I look at Justice, I feel judged by her. I feel like she's judging me, and I feel like she's judging me kind of unworthy. I'm kind of coming up short. I'm disappointing her. I'm not living up to expectations. So I feel judged. Now you can also write down how you feel as well. So you can jot that down on your piece of paper. And next, you're going to ask yourself, where else in your life right now do you get that feeling? So for me, that feeling of being judged shows up for me in other areas of my life, mostly in the relationship I have with myself. So I'm always judging myself. I'm always critical of myself. I'm always kind of telling myself critical things like, oh, you should be doing more. You should be creating more things. You should be doing better. So I'm always kind of criticizing myself. So I can see how that feeling of being judged doesn't just come up when I look at the Justice card. It's also very alive and well in other aspects of my life. So this can actually be a really eye-opening experience, because the card that you don't like is going to reveal to you an emotion or a feeling that is probably pretty prominent in a particular area of your life right now, or maybe in more than one area of your life. And the next question you're going to ask is, what is, first of all, what is the upside or the positive aspect of being blank? That's where you're going to put your keyword that you worked with. So I would ask myself, what's the upside of being serious? And I can think of lots of good things about being serious. So I would kind of contemplate those. And then the other question is, what can you learn from feeling blank, whatever your feeling was when you look at that card? So our negative emotions that we have are always there to show us something. So when I ask the question, what is the feeling, that emotion or that feeling of being judged and being judged unworthy? What is that trying to tell me? What is the message behind that? So there's different ways I could interpret that. It could be that I'm telling myself that because deep down I feel like I'm not living up to my potential. I want to be, I'm meant to be doing something on a greater scale or doing something else, and I'm not living up to my potential. But it could also mean that I'm not being very gentle with myself. I'm not being very kind to myself. So that emotion of feeling judged and unworthy could be because I have, a really critical voice and I need to be kinder. So there's all different ways that you could kind of interpret that. But essentially what you're asking is, what is that negative emotion that comes up when you first see that card you don't like, which is probably also present in other areas of your life? What is that emotion trying to tell you? What is the message? Yeah, so that's basically it. So it's kind of an interesting exercise, and I want you to tell me in the comment section below what card you chose. What was your least favorite tarot card, and what kinds of insights did you get from it?